What's up, my fellow YouTubers? So here we are now, getting ready to start as promised on the 1972 240Z Datsun wide body. Really cool car. If you see some of the videos I talk about it, I'll probably put like a small clip of it running and stuff. It had a Chevy small block, high output engine in it. Really cool. Got up and went really well. Again, just a short history on it. We ended up putting MV 3500 out of a truck in it, so we had to do like a remote shifter, and it worked good for what it was, and it was quick. It got up and went really well. It has an R200 rear end in it, same ones that come with like the earlier Skylines and stuff like that, and the 280Zs and stuff like that, the newer Z cars, so it's a little beefier, bigger. Really cool car, really enjoyed it, but obviously I wanted to refine it and make it better. So I got rid of the small block high output 350, or the small block Chevy high output, and the MV 3500 transmission. And now we get to the core of our story here. So I have a high nickel block 350 4-bolt main that I've started on, and you can see the cross hatching and stuff's pretty good, and all the cylinders, they look good. They're bored 40 over, so you can see the 04 right there. Press and release. When you actually bring them all the way up, they come pretty close to the top of the deck. So we got a couple of small imperfections I want to try to get rid of. I mean, this is pretty smooth, but you can feel just a little bit. So I want to try to see if I can smooth that out. There's a couple other spots too. I don't know if I can find them right here or not. It might be in this bore right here, actually. So I've been putting a bunch of oil and stuff and just cleaning and working on it, because we want to get this block ready. Because I've already checked a couple of the main caps on it. They're actually in really good shape. So, yeah, so it should be really cool. And it's got like the O10 on it, whatever. And it's all over the place really on the engine. But it comes up as an O10 block, so it should be really good. I can't remember where else I've seen it at. I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, it's O10 or O20 block or something. So should be good. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter all that. It's a 4-bolt main with good bearings, 350 or 355, somewhere around in there, because of the overboring. And we just want to build it and put this back in there with these heads. So we got us some blueprint heads. There's the head number right there, H8002BPE. And again, you know, quick little story on those is that we bought them used on eBay. They're about $600. Now, the thing with these heads, when you look into them, of course, they're not the best head you're going to buy. You know, you could buy Eldorbrocks or other stuff that I'm sure will flow or do better, but these flow better than like a Vortec head if I was to put a Vortec head on there. Vortec heads are also prone to cracking. To be quite frankly honest with you, even on eBay when you buy them, they're going to cost at least what I paid for these or more. These actually flow more, and they handle more lift with no machine work. So I'm cheap. I want to build this engine to be fun, but I also don't want to go overboard on spending too much money on it. And I've already went over and checked all the heads, the seats, everything's in really good shape on these heads. There's no damage to them. They're a little dirty right now because I went through and I removed all the inside diameter springs on this, because I did buy a cam. It's a 480 lift cam that I want to run in it. So it's not going to be a big cam, because the car's so light I don't want to put something super crazy or extreme on it, but I want it to sound good. The Chevy 350, the Chevy small block, I think it was a 5.0 high output. It was out of a 1985 gold Trans Am. We went through, put like an Eldorbrach intake, single plane Eldorbrach carburetor, and did some other stuff, freshen up the engine, and it had a nice lope to it, and it got up and went really well. So we're going to try to do the same thing, but obviously what do we always want when we build stuff? We always want a little bit more power. So I'm trying to get close to around the 400 horsepower mark. I don't think that's going to be actually pretty, I think that's going to be pretty easy. will be at least high 300s, if not more than that. And another advantage of these heads is it has the 7/16 studs for our rocker arms. We got full rocker roller arms are coming, new hardened push rods, everything else for this. I got stock. I'm gonna see how it looks with the geometry. We'll check all that, make sure that it looks good. But these come with bigger valves than the Vortex. They flow more. I mean, should be really freaking cool, man. Should be really cool. Like I said, I took out those because we want to be able to break in the cam and not damage anything. I don't want lobes rolled off or nothing else. Worst comes to worst, which these springs feel pretty stiff anyway by themselves, to be honest. But if worst comes to worst, you know, if you're a little bit on the softer side, you might get some valve flow at the high end RPM. But the truth is, this engine most of the time is not going to see a higher RPM, to be honest. And but the goal, sort of a spoiler alert, and unfortunately, some people probably won't agree with it, including my father-in-law. But eventually, I do want to make this sort of into a small, not super serious, but I want to have a semi-track type car. We're going to be building the Trans Am for my wife, and we're going to do an LS swap on that. Probably be an LT engine, LT1 or something from like a 2018 Camaro. So that should be fun to put in there too. But I really want to show you guys these heads, let you just sort of check everything out. They're in really good shape, very, very good shape. So I'm very happy with them. And then the manual transmission we'll be going to, since we got rid of the MV 3500, will be my world-class T5 that came out of my Trans Am. This transmission's in extremely good shape. I've already taken it apart before, not too long ago. When we did the clutch swap, we replaced like the thrust bearing and some other stuff on it just to make sure it's good. But when we pulled apart, it was like brand new in there. So this is like the side of my 85 Trans Am. So this will end up going into the Datsun. So we'll see how that works out. And my supervisor Hershey, she's hanging out watching everything. But this is what we want to put into the Datsun. So it'll still stay a manual. I do have a 700 R4 right there. That came out of an 88 or 89 Corvette. The transmission fluid actually looked like it was in pretty good shape. So I think that transmission actually might be good. But eventually I want to build that transmission to be stronger and do well. So eventually when I make another project, maybe even my wife's, if I don't do an LS swap into it, she'll have a nice, good, strong automatic. So that's just sort of the introduction. I got my little hone tool. I'm gonna probably just try to clean all this up because I'm not 100% sure what that is. Almost looks like a rust mark or something, but I'm not really sure. I can't really feel it really. Very minimal, maybe, with my fingernail. But the cross hatching and all of them are in some pretty good shape besides that. So I just want to try to clean that up because that's really like the only imperfection. It doesn't even have like really anything for a wear ring. It just had like a lot of carbon buildup in it. So I want to try to see if I can get this thing dialed in and really work it out and make it nice. So we'll see what happens, man. So I just want to give you guys a little introduction to it, let you guys check it out and see it. We'll see how it goes. Thank you.